Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella, his team a winner in a shootout 3-2 over the Los Angeles Kings. Bob McElligott joined now by Jody Shelley. And as I was saying before Torch talked to the media, good teams find this team finds a way again tonight, and it's never the same way.
And it's interesting, they just referred to that penalty at the end of regulation and into overtime. And you think of other situations with the Blue Jackets in the past or with other teams, those moments become excuses where they would have lost the game. Didn't see that tonight. They battled through that. They wanted to do nothing but beat the LA Kings tonight. They found a way to kill the 4-on-3 in overtime and then get it to the shootout. And I love the way that was set up. That was Curtis McElhinney to make the last save to win the game because he was exceptional here tonight in front of his home fans. And I love what Tort said. I mean, it's so honest, but it's so true. Curtis McElhinney prepares every single game as though he's the starter. And he does the same routine, and he sits on the bench, and not till 7 minutes left in the game can he finally exhale and be like, okay, I guess I'm not going in tonight. So imagine that. Every game he's not playing, and tonight he gets in there, and he made huge saves all night long against some pretty dynamic players. I was impressed with the size, speed, and skill of the LA Kings.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I thought the same thing. When Jeff Carter scored, I didn't want that to happen.
Right.
But the fact that McElhinney could be the focal point at the very end and have a chance to win it like that was very appealing to me as well, and he gets the job done. Fourth line play tonight. Call it fourth if you want to. It doesn't matter what you call it. Lucas Sedlak, Scott Hartnell, Sam Gagner, and I know Gagner turned one over that caused the goal, but big deal. That line tonight was so effective, and Torch kept going back to it time after time.
Yeah, they played a physical game, and he spoke of Dubinsky tonight, how Dubinsky pairs up against the LA Kings well. It's because they're physical, they're in your face, and you got to be tough and strong on the ball. Well, Dubinsky, Hartnell, and Sedlak, you throw Gagner in there, those type of players, Calvert, Anderson, stood out tonight for this Blue Jackets team.
Did you mention Jenner? Because I thought this might have been
Boone
his best
Jenner,
game of the
yeah.
year.
I love Boone Jenner. I love when he stopped on top of the crease there for Budai, kind of gave him a poke, tried to draw a crowd. All those things that Boone Jenner does, he just does them out of the goodness of hard work. And, yeah, all those players tonight did an outstanding job. Jack Johnson, David Savard. Why don't we just name the whole team?
Yeah, they deserve it tonight. They all did something once again this evening. As a player, you've got a coach that's saying one game at a time, one game at a time. Right. We're not looking forward, we're not looking back, okay? But you're also a player on a team that has won 10 games in a row. And you know going into number 10 that you're sitting at 9, and you want to get to 10. And now you're sitting at 10, and you want to get to 11. You just can't block all that out, can you?
You know what's interesting? I was thinking about this today. All these cliches you hear in sports, until you start winning, they don't really make sense. They're just kind of words. So when the Blue Jackets say one game at a time, it makes sense because that's their focus. They understand that, okay, we had a great victory last night, but we've got to come to practice tomorrow. And they'll take care of that thing one day at a time. And then when you get into the game, it's one game at a time. And you can break it down to one shift at a time. That you hear that on the bench from moment to moment during the game. You know, and when you give a team a focus or a team has focus, a lot of those cliches really do make sense. But I agree. I think that they do feel good about themselves. Torch is allowing them to feel good about themselves. But this is where the head coach and the coaching staff have really got to reel it in. This is where his job gets tough. It's good to come to the rink every single day, but he's got to keep these guys even keel, and I don't think that's as hard this year as it would have been in years past because they have a focus group. They really do have a focus group.
And I think they're very focused on what's coming up 48 hours from now, which we will talk about ad nauseum in the next 48 hours, starting tomorrow night when Jody and I get together at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening for The Inside Edge, a show you can hear on the flagship station of the Blue Jackets Radio Network, 97.1 The Fan in Columbus, and you can also get it through the Blue Jackets app and on BlueJackets.com. That's where we'll pick this up tomorrow and get you ready for the next game, which will be the Pittsburgh Penguins here at Nationwide Arena. That'll do it for Jody Shelley and I. Ryan Mitchell continues with the postgame show next on the El Dorado Scioto Downs Blue Jackets Radio Network.